Welcome to Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats softball. We're the Lady Cats junior varsity taking on the Taft Greyhounds JV. And we'll get down to the names in just a little bit. We'll get underway here in the top of the first, just underway. And our visitors from Taft in town tonight, or this afternoon, 5:30. And I just got here from San Antonio, so just bear with me as I get situated. And I've got some wonderful people from Taft that are kind of helping me out with some of the names. But we do have Diana Brezenio on the mound for Skidmore-Tynan, and in a little bit we'll get number 2 for the Taft Lady Hounds. Man, that sun was right in my eye. I don't even know how far away it was. That one could have hit me. I wouldn't have known. That would have been a good start. 1-1 the count. Again, Diana Brezenio on the mound, and behind the plate is Andrea Moron. Looks like we've got Heidi Gamble at first. We'll get the and bear with us for just a little bit. And a base runner, number 2. And again, if we get the names to you, we've had number 2 on first base now, and then we'll have number 1 coming to the plate. And just underway here again, JV softball action, just a little bit different. You do have the 4-run rule, so if they get 4 runs in an inning, we move on to the latter part of the inning or the top of the inning or wherever we are. Again, here in Skidmore-Tynan, Taft, and this one's high. Diana Brezenio on the mound. Again, it does look like Aaliyah Cuevas is at third, straight ahead. Cambry Marish at short. I believe that is Tinsley Zamanek at second, and Heidi Gamble at first. Strike called. 1-1 the count. 1 runner on. Number 2 on first. Number 1 at the mound. And I have someone here on my right side from Taft who's gathering some names. And good stop there by Moron behind the plate. We'll have a little bit of sun in our eyes. I apologize for that, but I got here and I didn't get my spot. This is one of the spots I use, but might have been better on the other side. Now it's going to be a 2-1. Diana Brezenio again pitching, starting here for the JV. 2 district games for the junior varsity. They have defeated both Port Aransas and Refugio by 1. And a strike in there at 3-2 full count. So trying to keep a clean slate are the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats junior varsity. And that's a tapper over to third. Cuevas over to first. And out. Nicely done from Cuevas to Heidi Gamble for the first out. Number 10 to the plate for the Taft Lady Greyhounds. 1 down, runner on second. That's number 2. And I hate calling out just numbers, but in a little bit we'll get some. Again, special thanks to some nice folks from Taft to my right side. That's what I get for being late. And a wild pitch is going to send 2 for Taft over to third base. Nobody out. 1 out. And 1 runner on. 1 down. A little over the head there by Brezenio. 2-0 the count. 1 out. A nice toss from Cuevas at third to Heidi Gamble at first. It's about the longest distance on the infield that you... Good stop by Moron. Keeps the runner on third. Straight ahead. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The Taft Lady Greyhounds JV. And that's going to bring... Well, no. That's going to take... Going to have to bring the pitches down just a little bit. So runners at the corners now for Taft, number 12 coming up to the plate. We'll find out. I believe we've got over at left is Haley Williford. But I'll get them on their way back to the infield. And everybody's staying put at the corners there. So with one out, runners at the corners for the Taft Lady Greyhounds junior varsity. And that's a wild pitch, and in will come one run for Taft. And the runner on first heading to second, so 1-0 Taft with one out. It's really hard to see into the sun. I apologize. Hopefully you won't have it as bad as I do right now. A wild pitch. Good stop there by Moron behind the plate. 3-1 the count. 3-0 the count. One out. Runner on second. And that's a little high, and that's going to be a walk. So the Taft Lady Greyhounds JV with runners on first and second, one out. One run in here in the top of the first. The Lady Hounds junior varsity coming in to take on the Skidmore-Tynan. Strike called. Nice pitch by Diana Bresenio. Again, just more for my own sake right now as I just landed from San Antonio. We've got Diana Bresenio and a wild pitch that's going to send both runners to third and second. So runners in scoring position, 1-0, one out. 2 balls, no strikes. Diana Bresenio on the mound. Andrea Moron behind the plate. Heidi Gamble at first. Tinsley Slamonic at second. At short is Cambry Marish and Aaliyah Cuevas at third. And that's a wild pitch, but no one's going. Everybody just stays put on second and third. Got Coach Duran, and yeah, she's back. Talk about Coach Duran a little bit in just a second, and also Coach West. 3-0 the count. One out, and a ball away from bases loaded for number 14 for the Lady Hounds. That's inside, so bases loaded. Up to number 14. And when I get names connected to those numbers, it'll sound a little bit better, though. Again, I just got here, and we're trying to give you as much action and play-by-play and commentary that I can. But bases loaded for the Taft Lady Hounds. And that's a wild pitch. It'll be safe at home, and all the runners advance. 2-0 Taft. And runners in scoring position at second and third. That one's high. That one's high. 2 and 3 balls, no strikes, one out. Runs 3 and 4 are in their third and second base locations, and that would represent the max 4-run rule for the top of the first. And they're going to keep it right there on a wild pitch. And she is out. A little hesitation there on the runner on a wild pitch, but for the second out, 2 down, runners at second, and now the Lady Hounds up 3-0. Well, they gave the run. Did I miss one? I got 3 runs up there, so technically the 4th run on second, and must have missed one. I'm going by the official scoreboard. Strike call, Diana Bresenio.
Come on, Desi. You got it, Desi.
Good stop by Moron. Strike call. And now the board went blank. It is 2-0. I thought there was only 2 runs. They had put 3 up there, but it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second, and there's 2 runs have come in. We'll leave it like that for a second. And the runners will advance, and we'll have a bases loaded situation here with 2 outs. And the Taft Lady Hounds will bring up their next batter. It's a pretty day today, and there's not much wind, just enough to cool us down, but not enough to really mess up any of my equipment or microphone effects, if you will, inside on that one. That board is a little crazy right now. All right, they had to come back. The board went off, so it's runners on second and third, and 2 outs, and that one's way up high, and everybody stays put. The runner will go and load up the bases for number 8. We'll get the outfitters for Skidmore-Tynan as they come back. I don't currently have my roster with me as well because that's a little high. Gonna have to bring those pitches down. Strike called. Beautiful pitch. So 1-1, 2 outs, but more importantly, the bases loaded, 2-0. Taft Lady Hounds. JV action here in Skidmore-Tynan tonight. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Again, bases are loaded. And that gets away, and a wild pitch is going to bring in a 3rd run, which I moved it to 4th. It's 3-0. Okay, I apologize. There's also a glare right now. A little bit different conditions when you're doing softball and baseball as opposed to basketball or volleyball. The sun, the glare, and then I'll make excuses. And that'll load up the bases once again. 3-0 for the Taft Lady Hounds. Number 5. I promise the next inning will be a little, right on there. Gotta hit that left. That one hit the left thigh, and that sounded like it hurt. And that is 4, and we'll leave it right there. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 1st. The Taft Lady Hounds doing what they needed to do. They got 4 runs. On to the bottom of the 1st. Thank you. What is your name? Juliet. Okay, thank you, Juliet. Appreciate it. All right, so now thank you to Juliet from Taft, who was able to get me some names that I can connect to numbers, and that really, really does help. So if I missed anybody during the top of the 1st, I apologize, but the Taft Lady Hounds Junior Varsity putting up 4 runs, which is the max you can do in an inning. Skidmore-Tynan will now come back to bat up to the plate. Number 7 was Nejet Ortiz. Number 1, Kinsey Perez. Number 10, Deviana Salivar. Number 8, Sierra Padilla. Number 12, Juliana Castro. Number 14, Natalie Whiting. Number 2 is Madeline Ortiz. Number 4, Desiree Garcia Pena. And number 5, Juliana Rashid, if I said it correctly. And Skidmore-Tynan is going to have, and I believe in this order is going to be Cambry Marish, Nina Del Toro will bat second. And batting third will be Andrea Moron, the catcher. So here we go. Let's see if we can now get the number back on the catcher. That's number 7. So that's Najit Ortiz will be behind the plate, and on the mound, number 10 is Deviana Saldivar will be pitching. Looking at first base, I see Sierra Padilla. At second is number 4, Desiree Garcia Pena. At shortstop, looks like number 2 is Madeline Ortiz. And I always have to wait till they turn around just a little bit. I believe at third will be number 14 is Natalie Whiting. And let's see if I can see out there. Number 5 is going to be out at left field. That's Juliana Rached. And in the center field position out there for Taft is, I'll get it eventually. We'll get right field. Right field is Kinsey Pettis. And, man, that's going to take a little bit of binoculars. I believe that's Juliana Castro, number 12. Out at center. Yeah, Castro at center. So, first things first, the ball gets into the hands of number 10 is Deviana Saldivar, and she will be pitching here in a nice first practice pitch, or the last practice pitch, is going to welcome to the plate at the bottom of the first will be Cambry Marish for Skidmore-Tynan. 4-0. Taft did their job in the top of the first. Now Skidmore-Tynan see if they can match the 4. It's kind of to avoid any runaway games. And Skidmore-Tynan did get Taft to 2 outs. Strike call. Nice pitch there by Saldivar. Well done. Call it 0-2. So Saldivar up early on Marish, 0-2. Taking 2 pitches so far as Marish. That's high. Good eye. Cambry Marish. On deck is Nina Del Toro.
There you go.
And she taps it to the right, foul ball. Good contact there by Marish at the plate. So 0-2. I thought I called her 2 strike calls, but the board shows 1-1, so I don't know. Swing and a miss. It was 0-2. Now it's 0-3, which obviously is a strikeout. So Saldivar with a nice start to this game with a strikeout. And now Nina Del Toro will go to the plate for Skidmore-Tynan. And a swing and a miss. Ball gets away, but nobody on, so all is good for Deviana Saldivar. Nina Del Toro. And 0-1 the count. I'm not going to trust the board anymore. And that is tapped over. That'll be a base hit right there for Nina Del Toro. Well done. Out on shallow right field. And that'll bring up the catcher, Andrea Moron. The catcher, Andrea Moron. Del Toro, I believe, playing, didn't have a position for her. Marish is at, there goes Del Toro. Safe on second, so 1 out. Runner on second. Moron at the plate, and on deck is Heidi Gamble, who's playing first base this afternoon. That's outside. 2-0 the count. 1 out. Runner on second. Again, Taft, if you're just joining us, did their job, put up 4 runs in the top of the first. And that's a strike. And the throw over to third, save. And that throw from...
You got the aiming good, but it's just a little faster.
And that is hit out to drop there at short, and everybody's safe. Moron is at first. Runners at the corner. Moron at first. Del Toro at third, and Heidi Gamble to the plate with 1 out. Heidi Gamble, number 6.
In the
And there goes, hold on, and she'll be safe. And it back in comes, heads up by number 5, Del Toro, and over to third goes Heidi Gamble. Make that Heidi Gamble at the plate. That was Moron. I'm already putting a runner on base, but Heidi will get there on her own. Foul ball. Again, 1 out, 1 run has come in. That's Nina Del Toro. And good base running by Nina Del Toro, as well as Andrea Moron over from first, and a couple of errors over to third. And here's Heidi Gamble trying to get Moron in for the second, and it hits her. This one a little bit lower than on the top of the first. This one hit more the ankle, calf, I should say, as opposed to the thigh. The pitcher, Diana Brezenio, coming to the plate. Checking on Heidi Gamble. She's good. Plays volleyball and basketball with good aggression and passion, and I know she does the same. And a swing and a miss, and there goes Gamble. So runners on second and third, 1 out. On the mound, Deviana Salivar. Strike call. Ortiz with a good job behind the plate here in the bottom of the first. No one goes anywhere. Good stop by Ortiz. You got to make sure that ball stays in front. She's doing a good job with that. Salivar on the mound. Again, Taft doing their job, putting up 4 runs in the top of the first. That's fouled back. So Salivar up on the batter here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners in scoring position, second and third base. You got Gamble on second. You got Moron on third. And that is tapped out to left center. And that's going to bring in 2 runs. Here comes Moron. Here comes Gamble. And a stand-up double for Diana Brezenio. Diana Brezenio with left center. So Skidmore-Tynan with 1 out, putting up 3 thus far. Again, they stop it at 4 runs like they did the Taft Lady Hounds. Aaliyah Cuevas at the plate. She gets hit. That's the 3rd slap I've heard. 1 for Taft, 2 for Skidmore-Tynan. I'm going to have some sore calves and thighs. Tinsley Zamanic. So runners, she's going to run that one off. Or walk that off. I don't think you can run that off. Aaliyah Cuevas is okay. And over Brezenio, who hit the stand-up double, 2 RBIs on second. And here's Tinsley Zamanic. That's going to be foul. That had a little spin on it. Kind of like a good billiards ball with good English on it. On deck is Haley Williford. That goes back. Who owns a Mercedes? Everybody, that's mine. Swing and a miss, and now you got to go, and it's dropped. Bases loaded. Taft up by 1 still with 1 out. So now Brezenio on 4th would represent the 4th run, which would take us then to the next inning, which would be the top of the second with the 4-run rule. Haley Williford. Swing and a miss. That's a 4th slap I've heard. 3 on batters and 1 on catcher Ortiz, and that's it's softball, but they hurt. And we say dead ball, and Williford will go to first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. There's Davy Brown. Got to set up a scenario for Davy Brown. Davy Brown to the plate with the bases loaded, down by 1. So Davy Brown will bring in the 4th run, make that Diana Bresenio, who had the stand-up double, and that'll take us to the 2nd inning. So both teams able to put 2 outs up in their respective top and bottom innings, but 4 runs max. And again, the big play was Diana Bresenio on the stand-up double, bringing in 2 runners, and that made the score 4-3. And then just now, the hit by a pitch on Davy Brown at the bottom on her left foot made it 4-4. And here we go, 2nd inning now here at Skidmore-Tynan. Thank you again to Juliet from Taft for giving me names and numbers, and now I can actually call some players up. I came in a little late from San Antonio, and this got on the schedule, and I thought, I don't want to miss it. Yeah, let's see who we got. We got Aaliyah Cuevas on third. It looks like Haley Williford out there on left field, I should say, and it looks Del Toro at center and Davy Brown out at right field. You got Heidi Gamble at first. Zamonic is at second. Marish at short. Again, Bresenio and Coach Duran checking out the footing there. Cuevas is at third, and then you've got Andrea Moron at home, or at the catcher position, I should say. And again, this time, top of the second, we got names and numbers for the Taft Ladyhounds, the junior varsity. Coach West is being put to work there with the rake, but it will be number 2. Maybe not. Let me make sure on the number. It's trying to pick up a little bit with the wind, but so we're set then. Right field, Davy Brown. Center field, Nina Del Toro. Left field is Haley Williford. At third is Aaliyah Cuevas. At short is Cambry Marish. At second is Tinsley Zamonic. At first is Heidi Gamble. On the mound is Diana Bresenio. And behind the plate is Andrea Moron. And we'll get number 2. Juliet. Number 2, you had scratched out, but she's about to bat. Who is that? Thank you. So number 2 is going to lead off at the top of the second, Madeline Ortiz. Again, Taft, if you're just joining us, put up their 4 runs. Skidmore-Tynan getting 2 outs in the top of the first, but the 4-run rule. And then Skidmore-Tynan puts up 4 runs at the bottom of the first, and Taft also had 2 outs on them. Just in case you're wondering, it was close, but the 4-run max rule per inning. So here is Maddie Ortiz, to lead off for the Lady Hounds JV here in the top of the second. That's a little high. Ball 1-0. That board is driving me nuts. There's not 2 outs. I don't know who's running the board right now. I have to keep the score, and you know me, I'm not that smart. Oh, and a hit on Ortiz. It's going to send her to first. That's the 4th batter hit. I think 3 Skidmore-Tynan batters and 1 Taft batter. And then the ponytail effect. Kinsey Pettis. So Kinsey Pettis will go to the plate to try to get some. And the tapper over to Bresenio, over to first, and let's see, did they call out? I didn't see anybody over there. Was it out? sacrificed Ortiz to second, but a good grab there by Heidi Gamble for 1 out. And now number 10, the pitcher, Deviana Saldivar. Dead ball. So, Saldivar to first. Ortiz at second. Juliana Castro to the plate. So runners at first and second, 1 out on the throw from Diana Bresenio at the mound over to Heidi Gamble at first. And a good stretch by Gamble on that one. A swing and a miss. Bresenio in her second inning of pitching. That's a nice pitch. The batter's circle is Lizette Ortiz, who is catching the set. That one goes way too high. Runners will advance to second and third. Got Ortiz on third, Saldivar on second, both in scoring position, and Castro at the plate. Good stop by Moron. Nicely done by the catcher. Again, the catcher for Taft on deck, Ortiz. 1 out, 2-2 is the count. Well, it was ball 4, so once again, the board's just playing with my mind right now. Bases loaded for number 7, Ortiz. Got to try to make it dramatic for every batter when bases are loaded. You never know. Grand slam. And here comes the runner from third, and that is Ortiz will come in for the 5th run. First one here in the top of the second. Again, Bresenio ready to pitch now to the catcher, Ortiz. And that one, I don't know how many slaps I've heard today. Bases are loaded again. And bases loaded for Natalie Whiting. The dramatic music plays here because every player thinks of a grand slam whenever the bases are loaded. 1 out. And nowhere to go as long as Moron, the catcher, and she does a great job, along with Ortiz, for Taft, of not getting that ball get past them. You can't control some of the high pitches, so.
I know.
Good stop by Moron. On third is Saldivar. On second is Castro. And on first is Ortiz for the Taft Lady Hounds. Bases loaded. Good stop. The stage is set here for Whiting. You got a 3-ball, no strike, if in fact the scoreboard is correct. Let's see if she just takes this one. And that's going to bring in a run, and here comes Saldivar. Bases remain loaded. You move to third, Castro, and over to second, Ortiz and Whiting on first. At the plate is Desiree Garcia Pena. And now, of course, they're telling Bresenio, give her something to hit. Give her, of course. And That's a wild pitch. And here comes Castro for the 7th run. That moves runners to third and second with Garcia Pena remains at the plate with a 2-ball, 0 strike count, 1 out. So odds are you get to your 8th run before Skidmore-Tynan gets the 3 outs, the way it's set up right now. On deck is Sierra Padilla. Should Garcia Pena get aboard. That's ball 4, and that kind of saved the Lady Cats a little bit because that kept Ortiz on third. Otherwise, that's the 4th run in the inning. Sierra Padilla to the plate for the Taft Lady Hounds. You're watching JV action here on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And here comes the 4th run, and that'll do it. So that's 4, 8-4, with only 1 out on the board. So Skidmore-Tynan now will come to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd, 8-4, the Taft Lady Hounds junior varsity action. And thank you guys for joining us at ST Lady Cat Nation. My name is Amador Ramirez. And again, it becomes kind of a chess match, or kind of like tennis. You know, you get advantage, you go to deuce, you get advantage, you go to deuce. The 4-run rule is to eliminate any games that are just runaways. And so 4 is the magic number a lot of times during JV action. And I believe in junior high softball as well. So we have not a huge crowd here for Skidmore-Tynan. We do have some good travelers wearing green, and the Taft Lady Hounds represented nicely here. Again, another thanks to Juliet for giving me names and numbers. And hopefully you guys are enjoying. We do have a game tomorrow right here. It's district. The 2-2 Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats will host the 3-2 Kennedy Leopards in district play. Skidmore-Tynan taking the first against Port Aransas, and they drop to Refugio and Woodsboro, and then just recently defeating Yorktown in Yorktown. I believe it was Tuesday night, a couple of days ago. Once again, I think we've covered pretty much everybody on the Taft Greyhounds, but on the mound is number 10, Salivad Ortiz is behind the plate. We got Whiting on third. At second, it looks like Garcia Pena. Number 8 at first is Sierra Padilla. And to wrap up the infield, it looks like number 2 is Matty Ortiz. So for Skidmore-Tynan, leading off the bottom of the 2nd is Cambry Marish, who's shortstop today. Swing and a miss, Cambry Marish. 0-1 the count. Salivad on the mound. Another swing. That one was low, but took a shot at it. 0-2. So quickly, Salivad up on the batter. 0-2. Coach Dudan coaching at third, and Coach West over at first. And that is tapped out to the left side, a foul ball. So back comes Marish. Again, on deck is Nina Del Toro. Well, it's a good eye, and I believe now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to stay alive is Cambry Marish. Nobody out, just underway here, bottom of the 2nd. Swing and a miss, but she's got to go. And taken there, Nice lead by Sierra Padilla from Ortiz. 1 down. Nina Del Toro to the plate. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Both teams have matched their max. 4 runs in the top of the first, 4 runs in the bottom of the first, 4 runs in the top of the second, and here we are. Skidmore-Tynan trying to keep pace with the Taft Ladyhounds. Andrea Moron, the catcher, on deck. You got to let those go. That was a golf swing. Of course, it may be easier. Looks easier from here because I'm not trying to swing at Saldivar's pitches. Got a good. Of course, right when I say something, I jinx it, right? Again on deck, Andrea Moron. At the plate is Nina Del Toro. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Taft, 8-4. So, if the board's right, it's 2 balls and a strike. 3 balls and a strike. So now let's see if that one goes back. Full count, 3-2. 1 out. Del Toro. See if she has a green light here. That was high, so Del Toro will take first. And to the plate, Andrea Moron, Skidmore-Tynan catcher. Will take and receive the Saldivar pitch. 1 out. Strike and the throw, no. That is Del Toro now in scoring position, but they need runners right now. Got to have some runners. So right now 1-1. And that's tapped out. It lands past second, and a single by Andrea Moron and Del Toro to third. Runners at the corners with 1 out, and Heidi Gamble will come to the plate. Playing first tonight. So 1 out, runners at first and third, and Heidi Gamble. And here comes Del Toro. Making the 5th run, and moves Andrea Moron to second. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and it's Heidi Gamble. Good call. And good strike by Saldivar. And she went a little low on that one. So very quickly, Saldivar up ahead on the batter, 1-2. Again, the 4-run rule, but if you can get to the 4 runs before they get 3 outs on you. And Moron over to third, representing the 6th run and the 2nd of the inning. Heidi Gamble with looking at a 2-2 count with 1 out, 1 runner on third. And that's a strikeout. 2 down. Here comes Diana Brezeño, who sent one sailing out to center. So she got a little power there, does Diana Brezeño. And another. It's going to get by. Here comes Moron. And a single for Diana Brezeño. Good batting by Diana Brezeño. 8-6. Okay, you miss your ball strike count on the board. That's fine. But that is 6 runs. They put the number on the wrong side. It should be 8-6. Swing and a miss, and Bresenio will take second. Yeah, the Lady Hounds scored a run while they're on the field. And now it's blank. They're going to reboot it. Swing and a miss. There goes Bresenio to third. There we go. It's 8-6. That's correct.
Got a runner on third now.
Runner on third is Bresenio. I don't know. Strike call. So let me see. Is it 1-1 the count with 2 outs? Runner on third. Actually, the tying run is represent. That was a strike. That should be 3 outs then. And Salivar did the right thing. She went over to first. That was the 3rd out. So only 2 runs come in for Skidmore-Tynan here in the bottom of the 2nd. So not only does Taft hold serve, but they take advantage. Talking tennis terms now. 8-6. We go to the top of the 3rd. Here come the Lady Hounds. So, 4 runs in the top of the 1st for Taft, 4 runs in the top of the 2nd for Taft, 4 runs in the bottom of the 1st for Skidmore-Tynan, and only 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd for the Lady Cats. 8-6. We go to the 3rd. You're watching JV action here in Skidmore-Tynan as our Lady Cats host our friends just south of here, maybe a little bit southeast, and that's the Taft Lady Hounds. JV action. Tomorrow night, our Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats varsity at 2-2 will host the Kennedy Leopards at 3-2, and a couple of hits for our Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats at the hands of Woodsboro and Refugio, which are 2 pretty good teams, but trying to rebound, and they did nicely against Yorktown on Monday night, or rather, it was Tuesday night, but looking to try to get back into the winning percentage and be 3-2 rather than 2-3 tomorrow. So we'll see. So you guys can join us here at ST Lady Cat Nation. Leading off the top of the 3rd, Sierra Padilla for the Taft Lady Hounds. Wind picking up just a little bit, but enough just to cool us down a little. Although if it is hitting my microphone a little bit, I apologize, but can't control everything. That's up to God. And I can't control the... I'm going to give Diana Bresenio a few more pitches before we get Sierra Padilla to the plate. And on deck, number 5, Juliana Rachet. If I said the name right. So Diana Bresenio continues the mound action. And Padilla batting. And Padilla will go, and there's going to be a lot of sore left thighs and left calves. Unless you're a lefty, and it's your right leg. So Padilla on first, and now to the plate is Juliana Rachet. Inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. 1 runner on. So if you want to keep par, now a golf term with Taft, Skidmore-Tynan needs to keep them down to about 2 runs here. And there goes a wild pitch, and there goes Padilla. That's a good stop by Moron. Andrea Moron once again along with Ortiz for both teams, doing a good job behind the plate. On deck is Maddie Ortiz. There's nobody out right now, so Ortiz will be coming to the plate here in the top of the
There
third.
you go.
And that's exactly what will happen as Rached goes to first, Padilla on second, and now Maddie Ortiz will come to the plate. Like I said, right-handed batter is going to have some sore left thighs and left calves, and if you're a lefty, that would be your right leg. Oh, and I didn't even think about the back. That's the first back we got. I could feel the ribs on that one.
Turn them jets on, girl. Come on.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And now to the plate, make it dramatic here. Kinsey Perez with the bases loaded. Again, Moron doing good at nabbing the high pitches.
All right, babe, let's be smart.
Padilla on third. Rached on second. And Ortiz. And here comes a runner from third, and that is Sierra Padilla putting up the run. So runners on second and third. So that helps matters a little bit and doesn't help matters a little bit if you're a lady cat right now. Kinsey Perez, number one. Now her opportunity for a grand slam has gone away. And they're going to keep it right there. Nobody goes. Rached will stay on third. And Ortiz will stay on second.
Okay, you're ahead.
Waiting in the wings is Deviana Salivar. And she should get on. There's nobody out. Bases loaded for Salivar. Deviana Salivar with the bases loaded here. 9-6 lead. Nobody out. Can't ask for much more than that. Davi Salivar. Bases loaded. That's a foul ball. Just the left side, about a foot to the left. If that was about a foot to the right, that would have brought in at least 2 runs. Thought I heard no balls, 2 strikes. Okay, we'll go with that. On deck, Juliana Castro. Good stop by Andrea Moron. You know, this picture is beautiful with the sun coming, but probably not so much for me right now, but hopefully you guys are getting good enough video produced. So it looks like a, yeah, I think I've given up on the board.
Anything close, you gotta swing. Let's go.
Oh, right on the back. In comes Rached to take the 10th run. So once again, that is the second run in the top of the third. So they got 2 more to go, and there's nobody out. So the odds are they're going to reach the 4 max before Skidmore-Tynan gets the 3 outs. Number 12, Juliana Castro, will come to the plate with the opportunity of a lifetime with nobody out. Put it over the fence for a grand slam. You think, well, JV softball, but I've seen some of these young ladies hit the ball. And 10-6. Top of the third. Again, we have the 4-run rule, so 2 more, and that would take us to the bottom of the third with Skidmore-Tynan having to uphill battle to try to get back in this one. But you got to do it 1 run at a time, and first of all, 1 out at a time. So here's Diana Brezeño, and she's about to confront Juliana Castro. Nobody goes anywhere. But on retrieving the ball. On deck is the catcher, Nejet Ortiz. And here comes Ortiz. Maddie Ortiz scoring the 3rd run in the inning. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd. Salivada on 2nd. And Pettis on 3rd. And Castro at the plate. They need 1 more run to get their 4-run max. Bases loaded once again. And this time for the catcher, Nejet Ortiz. And should. Well, I don't know if Ortiz gets on base, I think that'll be it. And there comes the 4th run right there. As Kinsey Pettis. And that'll be 4 runs. Nobody out. So this was a clean 4-run sweep. So now to the bottom of the 3rd come the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats JV. Work cut out for them. They're going to need to put up 4 runs. And then try to hold their opponent, the Lady Hounds, to 2. Got a little time left, but you don't want to delay too long. See if we can look at the Lady Hounds as they hit the outfield. I want to make sure I've got the right. I know we've had a couple of hits out there, Diana Brezeño and Nina Del Toro, so they've had to put the outfield to work for Taft. But let's see who we have out there. Once again, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats softball district play hosting the Kennedy Leopards, who are 3-2. So trying to flip-flop that record so they can move up in the standings, or the Lady Cats winning big on their 2 against Port Aransas and Yorktown, but in the middle, a close one against Refugio, and then a not-so-close one against Woodsboro. So going out there is number 5. That's Rashad, Juliana Rashad, over at left field. And Sierra Padilla at center, and out at right field is Kinsey Pettis. Looking at first base is Maddie Ortiz. At second, Desiree Garcia Peña. And number 10 at short is Daviana Salivada. And on the mound, we've got Juliana Castro. She'll be relief of Daviana Salivada. So Castro will hit the mound. And over on third, I believe it is Natalie Whiting. And behind the plate is Nejet Ortiz. And to the plate for Skidmore-Tynan. And again, in dire need to get 4 here. It's Tinsley Zamaniga. Skidmore-Tynan. Legs falling asleep. It's going to be up all night. That's an old joke I had. So here's Tinsley Zamonic. So 3 balls. Again, Castro on the mound for the Taft Lady Hounds. That'll be 4 balls. So that's what Skidmore-Tynan needs. They need some runners. You obviously need some hitters, but you got to get on base. And then get Haley Williford to the plate for the Lady Cats. Trying to make this a 12-10 going into the 4th. Try to tighten up the score just a little bit are the Lady Cats. And there goes good speed by Tinsley Zamonic. Got there in flash time. And Haley Williford playing out at left field tonight. Zamonic at second base. And Zamonic goes. Couldn't find the ball. Ortiz, it was kind of like sometimes those are the toughest ones are right below you.
Got a runner on third.
Runner on third, and that is Zamonic. And Williford at the plate for Skidmore-Tynan.
Third base.
Davy Brown on deck.
Get out, sweetheart.
So Castro in relief of Salivad on the mound for the Taft Lady Hounds. Here's Williford with a 3-0 count. And that'll put Williford on first.
Home.
And there goes Zamonic, heads up running by Tinsley Zamonic. Davy Brown. Still a live ball, and she took advantage of it. Williford at first. Brown to the plate. Cambry Marish is on deck. And there goes Williford to second.
Come on, Julie.
Coach Duran on third.
All right.
Doing some running.
Okay.
Coaching her on the running. And Coach West over on the first base side. And a good eye for Williford thought about going and then heads up there by Whiting and by Saldivana, making sure that she didn't take third. Here's Davy Brown, 2-0. Got to see Apena making sure she's communicating very well out there as a second base. Saying she's going, but she came back. And it won't matter right now. It's ball 4. There's Davy Brown on first. Haley Williford on third. Runners at the corner, nobody out. 1 run has come in, and that's Tinsley Zamonic, and this is Cambry Marish to the plate. Castro in relief of Saldivar, who has moved over to the shortstop. There goes Davy Brown. So runners at second and third, representing the second and third runs of the inning. Nobody out. Tinsley Zamonic bringing in the first run in the inning to make it 12-7. Strike called. Nice little pitch there by Castro.
Do it again.
Power on it, Julie.
And here comes Williford. Haley Williford, and now Davy Brown at third. Marish remains at the plate, taking the pitches from Castro. So Skidmore-Tynan needs 2 more runs to try to stay within striking distance. And there comes Davy Brown for the run. That represents the third run. So they still need one more run to try to
Shake it off, Najee.
get their 4, but there'll be 2. Nina Del Toro. The fourth run of the max 4-run rule is represented by Cambry Marish at first. So she's got to go all the way around. She's got a little trip ahead of her. And here is Nina Del Toro. Well, there's dead ball. Nina Del Toro to first. Of course, she represents the 5th run, so but she gotta play it. Here comes Andrea Moron, the catcher, trying to bring Cambry Marish in from second to put the 10th run up and the 4th max run for the bottom of the 3rd to make this a very competitive game. And there goes Marish, safe, and she can make. This is going to represent the 4th run, Cambry Marish, and I don't think they're going to count the last one. It'll be 10. That's 4 runs. So 12-10 is where it should stand. I don't know if we'll leave it right here. I don't know if they count the 11th because it was in the same. Now they're putting it back to 10. 12-10. So we'll go to the 4th. Taft 12. Skidmore-Tynan 10. JV action. I wasn't going to really talk too much about what's upcoming. Of course, tomorrow night, I've said it over and over, Skidmore-Tynan at 2-2. We'll be hosting Kennedy at 3-2. Try to flip-flop that ranking to move up the ladder, or the Lady Cats, with 2 wins, 2 losses, 2, I won't say heartbreaking losses, but 2 losses to Woodsboro and Refugio and 2 wins to Port Aransas and Yorktown. As far as baseball goes, tomorrow night, Skidmore-Tynan 0-3 will be taking on Pettis at 0-3 in district play in Pettis. And Yorktown 0-3 will be taking on the Refugio Bobcats at 2-1. So that's baseball tomorrow. Looking at some of the others on the softball side, you heard Kennedy 3-2 at Skidmore-Tynan 2-2. Port Aransas 1-4 at Agua Dulce at 3-2. Woodsboro 4-1 at Pettis 0-3. Congratulations to Sydney Castillo on her 10,000 strikeouts, but also state champion in powerlifting, Sydney Castillo. Congratulations from the Woodsboro Lady Eagles. And we'll look at some of the others in just a little bit. Najee Ortiz will lead off the top of the 4th with a 2-run cushion. And Diana Brezeño on the mound. Been busy on the mound. Also, Diana Brezeño busy on the offensive side, putting up some good hits out there to the outfield. Good stop by Moron. Ortiz, 2-0 count. So she's up on the pitcher right now with 2 balls and no strikes. Make it 3-0. So let's see if she just takes the next one and gets herself on the first base pad. On deck is Natalie Whiting, number 14. Guaranteed to come. There's a dead ball, and that one will send Ortiz to first. Natalie Whiting to playing third base tonight, will come to the plate with one runner on. And Desiree Garcia Pena on deck. That was a good pitch. Great pitch by Bresenio. We're in the top of the fourth, 12-10. So we've got a nice game going. The only difference in the game thus far. Oh, and a hit on the back. You get a 1-strike lead. You want to keep that hitter at bay, but so Whiting on first, Ortiz on second. Garcia Pena at the plate. A new softball. So 2 runners on, nobody out. Desiree Garcia Pena at the plate. And the pitch goes by, and the runners will advance to second and third. Ortiz on third and Whiting on second. It's going to start looking real pretty in the background for you guys, but this is where I had to set myself up. I don't ever like to come in late, but I've been traveling, and I just got here. I didn't really fly in. And there goes the runner, Ortiz, and Whiting on third, nobody else on, nobody out. Garcia Pena, Desiree Garcia Pena at the plate for the Taft Lady Hounds. So 3 balls, no strikes on deck. Sierra Padilla. Four balls, we'll have runners at the corners. Whiting on third. And Garcia Pena on first. Sierra Padilla to the plate for the Lady Hounds.
I wouldn't be able to. But if you pull the drive though, I might like break my
Strike call. Of course, right now, Marish trying to be ready in case Moron throws one out her way. But sometimes you don't do it when you have a runner on third, like Whiting is right now, because he sacrificed that run then. 1-1 the count, nobody out. Again, on the 4-run rule, Taft brings in one of the 4 already. If you think positively and they're going to get the 4, then 1 run in. They've gone 4, 4, and 4 in their innings. Skidmore-Tynan has gone 4, 2, and 4. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Juliana Rached is on deck. Runners at the corner. Again, you probably want to let Garcia Pena, well, that's a moot point. She takes it now. I was going to say you let her go, because if you try to throw to second, you're going to get Whiting to come in to score. But it's a moot point now because they're at second and third now. Nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And no one's going. Sierra Padilla with Whiting on third. Garcia Pena on second for Taft. Good stop by Moron, but it is ball 4. Bases loaded. Bases loaded for Juliana Rached. Nobody out. Again, a perfect scenario if you're on the offensive side right now for Taft. It's stopped again by Moron. Juliana Richard. I apologize if I'm not saying the name right. 2 balls, no strikes. And a tapper out to right will bring in Whiting. Here's Garcia Pena. 2 runs come in. I got it. (15-10). So 3 runs have come in here in the top of the 4th. And the runners will advance to 2nd and 3rd. To the plate, Madeline Ortiz. Maddie Ortiz at the plate, needing to bring in 1 more run. He currently is at 3rd base. And that is Padilla. Padilla representing the 4th run in the 4th inning to get to the 16 run. And that's who, and with nobody out, the odds are high that Taft will get Padilla in from 3rd. But in the meantime, batter first, that is Maddie Ortiz. Dead ball, but here comes Padilla, number 8. That'll do it. That is, they're going to call it back. Dead ball. So Padilla will have to wait a little bit. She'll get a chance to score 2 runs here. I'm kidding on that, y'all. It's a redo. We're going to leave it right there. But it is 15-10. I apologize. I moved it up, but dead ball from the umpire.
I already told you, take the hit.
I kind of like that one. That's a play of the game right there. I'm going to have to get that one. Kinsey Perez. And a strike.
Settle down, let's go.
I think she has a sense of humor. Good stop by Moron. Perez at the plate. And I don't know what the board is showing because it showed a strike. Kinsey Perez concentrating on the hit. Foul ball, she got a hold of it. Stays alive. Daviana Saldivar on deck. But I don't think Saldivar will be coming to the plate because this is representing, well, no, actually you can if there's a strikeout. I take that back. Saldivar on deck. 2-2 the count. And that is, nobody goes. Everybody decided to stay put. Saldivar stays at 3rd.
Hey, it's anything close right here. Let's go, kid.
Rashad at 2nd. Ortiz on 1st. And Perez at the plate. Bases loaded. Full count. And that's going to do it right there with the 4th run in the top of the 4th to make it 16-10. And we go to the bottom of the 4th here at Skidmore-Tynan. Skidmore-Tynan needing to put up their 4 to try to stay a little behind par, behind pace of the Taft Lady Hounds. But certainly we thank you all for joining us at ST Lady Cat Nation for Skidmore-Tynan Taft JV action. It's a pretty sunset. Of course, it's probably glaring right at you. Let's see what else is going on. We'll talk about this tomorrow night as well. We looked at the schedules for baseball and softball for Friday night. Next week on the softball side for our Lady Cats, we'll be on the road for both of the games next week at Agua Dulce on Tuesday and at Port Aransas on Friday. On the baseball side, Skidmore-Tynan Bobcats will be at home against Refugio on Tuesday and at home against Yorktown on Friday. So next week our softball team Tuesday and Friday are on the road, and our baseball team Tuesday and Friday are at home. And I'd also want to point out that I'm going to go online tomorrow, and I believe we'll do it at ST Bobcat Nation Facebook, but I've got Mike Chambers joining us, and he's going to be covering some of the baseball through our ST Bobcat Nation Facebook, and then I'll continue to follow the softball team. He's got he along with Amanda Valverde Chambers have an awesome number 6, Chasen Chambers, who plays fielding, hitting, you name it, a great incoming star. We'll talk a little bit on the next break on some congratulatories, and we'll do that in a little bit. So here come the Lady Cats. Andrea Moron. Strike call against Skidmore-Tynan in the bottom of the 4th. Going to have to put up their 4 runs to tighten this one up. So it's been 4-4-4-4 for Taft. And that one, right to third and an out. Nicely done from Whiting to Padilla. One down here in the bottom of the 4th. Nicely grounded. And now Heidi Gamble to the plate for Skidmore-Tynan with 1 out. That was a nice short to first. That one heads back to the road. Back on the mound, Daviana Salivar. Heidi Gamble. So 1-1 the count. Nijette Ortiz running down the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. And right to shortstop, and the throw over to first is not in time. So Heidi Gamble with a single, outrunning the throw from Ortiz to Padilla. And now the slugger to the plate as Diana Brezeño, pitching all 4 innings thus far. And there goes Gamble, and easily to second. Heidi Gamble on second, nobody out. Take that back, 1 out on the put out from Whiting to Padilla. First out in the bottom of the 4th. And there goes Gamble to third. A nice little steal joke over there by the Lady Cats. I'll have to catch it later. I wasn't quite listening. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Gamble on third. Skidmore-Tynan doing what they can to get their 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th to try to stay within striking distance of the Taft Lady Hounds. 2-2 the count. And that one slapped over to second. Is playing a little bit of trick there, and it's an out. Second out brings in Heidi Gamble.
Way to go, girls.
But that was well played. Garcia Peña de Padilla. Well played. You can give up that run. I believe that's Del Toro at the plate for No, that's Aaliyah Cuevas, number 9. Aaliyah Cuevas. Isn't that a pretty sunset? I made it to where y'all could enjoy it with me. And that's over to second. Little trouble. Over and out. And that, once again, got a Cia Peña de Padilla for the third out. And that ends the fourth. And that will do it. From Skidmore-Tynan. So from Skidmore-Tynan, I want to thank Julia. Thank you again. Appreciate it. A little more dancing there, Mr. Rodriguez. Make a video. Yeah, the break dance he does, he'll end up breaking himself. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Nah, he's a good guy. So we're going to call it here. 16-11 is the final from Lady Cat softball field. JV action. The Lady Cats, a non-district game here, but we thank all the Refurio. The Taft, I don't even know how I messed that up because Taft is green, Refurio is orange, black. But the Taft Lady Hounds and their fine fans here on this side. And also if you were watching, Lady Hound fans and Lady Cat fans, thank you for joining me. This is ST Lady Cat Nation. I'll catch you again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're going to be here at ST Lady Cat Nation, but we'll also be doing some baseball at ST Bobcat Nation on Facebook. Okay, so just giving you all a heads up. But this is ST Lady Cat Nation on YouTube. My name is Amador Ramirez. Have yourself a good night, and God bless.